Bien, tengan todos muy buenos días. Hoy vamos a comenzar nuestra clase de la materia que estamos viendo, the structure of English, corresponding to week number 3. Vamos acá. Muy bien. Okay. The main objective of this class is understand differences among noun groups and their functions. You will see how nouns work with a lot of groups and how nouns are related to adjectives, to prepositions, to other quantifiers, and a lot of aspects related to nouns. And the assignment is the following. You have to prepare a written report with the development of tasks 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, 3E, and 3F. Remember that you only have to write a written report. And the part that we are going to work with is the pre-modifying functional constituents of the noun groups. That's the main aspect of this class. Okay. The first group that we have are the inclusive. The inclusives, generally speaking, are either both, each, all, every, because they include something. Here you have a small definition of what inclusives are. Inclusives are important linguistic tools that help to clarify the scope and extent of a statement or argument. And as you can see here, you have the same words I presented you here, either, both, each, all, and every. They correspond to inclusive. And speakers or writers, you can use them orally or in a written form. So speakers or writers can convey a sense of completeness and inclusivity when they use these inclusive. Here you have an example. The word either is used to present two options or possibilities, indicating that one of the other must be chosen. For example, if I say either this book or that one, so I can give you giving you the option to choose between one book and the other. So in that case, I can use the inclusive either. Or in this case, we have both. Both emphasizes inclusion of two items or individuals, highlighting that they are considered together. For example, both students have to present the final test. So that's an example of an inclusive. Both and either, as I said before. And you have exclusive, and some parts of what inclusives are. You have neither, none, either or, not all, and not every. A definition of it is the following. Inclusives are terms used to indicate that something is not inclusive, meaning it's the other way around, or not part of a group. And the exclusive are generally used to specify that something was excluded or it's not part of a specific group or category. Here you have some examples of what exclusives are. Neither, for instance, neither is used to indicate not one or the other. For example, neither of the options was suitable for me. So here I'm indicating that none of the options were accepted. Here, another example of another exclusive, none. I had already mentioned it before, none. So none means not any or not one. For example, none of the students passed the test. There is another way of creating an exclusive way using either or. It is used to present a choice between two options, but not both, only one of them. And here you have an example. You can have either tea or coffee, not both. So suppose yeah, someone is inviting you to a restaurant, and he could ask you, would you like to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee? Of course, you cannot say, well, I would like both of them, because the speaker is asking you to choose one of them. Not all is another exclusive, and it indicates that something is not entirely inclusive. For example, not all the guests were able to attend the party. Okay. And number five, not every is another exclusive. Not every student enjoys math class. So as you can see, there are not only inclusive words that modify nouns, but they are also exclusive, like these ones here. And another group belongs to the quantifiers. Quantifiers are, as you can see, words or phrases that are used to indicate the quantity or amount of something. Here you have some examples of what quantifiers are. All of the students pass the exam. Each of the flowers in the garden is very beautiful. Most of the books are on the shelf. None of the guests arrived on time, and every person in the room was listening attentively. So as you can see here, you have some quantifiers, okay? They are giving you important information about the quantity that they are talking about. For example, in this sentence, uh, it is given an important information about the quantity. Here it says, every person in the room was listening attentively. So here it is telling us something important about what was going on in that room. So every person by that moment was paying attention attentively. Here have another some examples of indefinite quantifier, because you have indefinite quantifiers, and this one you have this example. Some of the cookies are missing from the jar. Many people attending the concert last night. So many here are worked as a quantifier. Here some of the cookies represents the quantifier part of this sentence. And here you have another quantified few students enjoy taking exams. So few responds to what quantifiers. And there is another quantifying here in this sentence, which is several, and several of the applicants. So it's obvious. It is obvious here that the word several is modifying the word applicant. So several of the applicants. Much of is another quantified, giving you a quantity of what happened at a specific time, at a specific moment. The other group that we have is the partitive. And the definition is the following. Partitives are used to indicate a specific amount or quantity of something when the exact measurement is not known or specified. Here you have an examples that are going to clarify what I'm trying to say. Examples of partitive. A slice of cake. So here you can say that it's not the whole cake, right? But it's a slice of cake, what you have in your hands, for example. A cup of tea. Well, it's only one cup of tea and not 2 or 3 cups of tea. A piece of pie. It's not the whole pie, but a piece of it. A bottle of water, not a glass of water or a big bottle of water, but only a bottle of water. So you can see that partitive here are specifying a particular part of what is being described here. here, which is being described, are the soda, the gum, water, pie, coffee, cake. And another group is the describers. And the describers, this is an interesting form to describe because we have a lot of way to describe in English. For example, we do not only describe with adjectives, but we also describe with nouns. It's a particular function that English as a language has. Here you have an information. The class of words which most often function as describer is that of adjective. Okay, generally speaking, adjectives are the words that describe. But you will see in a couple of minutes that you can have nouns that describe adjective words as the N in ed or in ing that describe adjectives, that describe nouns too. Well, it's one that I'm totally sure that you know from since you were in high school. Adjectives are words that are used to describe or modify nouns. They provide information like size, color, shape, origin, material, or quality. And here you will see some examples. Here you have it. The beautiful flowers bloomed in the garden. So here you have the word beautiful, which is describing the word flower. He bought a large pizza for dinner. Here, the word large is describing the word pizza. The old house creaked in the wind. So the word all is describing here the word house. And we enjoyed a delicious meal at the restaurant. The word delicious in this sentence is describing the word meal. Bright describes the word sun. Interesting describes the word book. And tall describes the word tree, and curious describes the word cat. So in these sentences, you have that the word which is describing the nouns here: flowers, pizza, house, delicious, sun, interest, book, shade, and cat. They sorry, tree and cat are all um, adjectives. And then we have classifiers. Well, classifiers are words which subclassify the thing. As you can see, it's written with a capital letter. Thus, assistant lecturer is a subclassification of lecturer, and assistant is functioning as a classifier. Here you have three important three important types of classifiers. Adjective as a classifier. For example, urban growth. Urban is the adjective which is describing the word growth. Noun as a classifier. City growth. Here, as you can see, the word, and you have a noun which is describing another noun. It doesn't happen in Spanish, for example, and it doesn't happen in French either. So, but it happens in English, and you have a noun that describes another noun. And you also have participles that ends in ed or in ing that works as classifiers too. For example, the participle here, the present participle living, which is describing the word organism. So you have living organism. And here the word living describes the word organism. Here you have some examples of adjective working as classifiers: bright sun, tall tree, fast car, cold eyes, happy child, and so on and so forth. So you have here a lot of examples, 10 examples of words which are adjective and are describing the word, the last word here in these short phrases. And they are, they can also call noun clusters too in some grammar aspects. Then you have other classifiers like nouns. Here you can see that coffee is a noun and cup is a noun too. So coffee cup, and it's here have this word which is describing another noun. So a noun describing a noun. School bus. In this case, both school and bus are words that are describe the this word describe this noun. So you have a noun which is describing another noun. The same happens with police, and police is describing an officer too. Beach describes umbrella, computer describes screen, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, you have nouns that describes other nouns. And there are also past participles that describe a noun. So there are words that ends in ing, and here I'm talking about present participles. So these are words that are describing the nouns. So words that end in ing can also work as classifiers, but in this case, they are present participles. So present participles can also describe nouns. Here are some examples: cooking pot, writing desk, a barking dog, reading glasses, and dancing shoes. So words that end in ing, which are called present participles, are describing nouns. And you can also have past participles, which describe a noun too. Mean words that end in ed that are describing a noun. Excited child, surprised look, tired runner, frustrated customer, interested student, relaxed atmosphere, and so on and so forth. So words that end in ed are also words that classify, that describe a noun. And the post modifiers, so as you can see here, they are words or phrases that come after, not before, after the main noun in a sentence to provide additional information about a specific noun. They serve to clarify more specifically the meaning of a sentence. Here you have some examples of post modified. As I said before, they come after the noun. For instance, you have a prepositional phrase, and the prepositional phrase can work as a post modifier. Here you have this one, the man with the hat. So this is a prepositional phrase. Why? Why? Because it has a preposition. The man with the hat is my uncle. So you can have a prepositional phrase which is describing, it's given a description, the man with the hat. Sorry. So here, well, the hat is a prepositional phrase. I said that before. Uh, uh, that is a past modifier that describes the man. And you can also have a relative clause that works as a past modifier. For example, the car that I bought is blue. And this sentence, that I bought, which is a relative clause because you have here the relative pronouns, is a post modifier that is giving you an important information about the car. So you say again, let's say again, the car that I bought is blue. And you also have participial phrase post modifier, where we're talking about those participial forms that end in ing. For example, the girl crying loudly ran to her mother. This sentence, crying loudly, is working as a participial phrase, and it's a post modifier that describes the girl. Sorry again. Well, with this, we conclude this presentation. Thank you for your time. And if you want more information, you can call me through this phone number. You can call me through WhatsApp, or you can write an email to this email address. Well, that's all.